Bitcoin completing its three-wave structure on this micro outlook shows you bulls are back in the market. Bitcoin showing you this long-term trend line which is valid all the way from June, July 2022 till this point is now a support. When it was a resistance, yes, you get rejected. That's resistance. When you made that a support, you bounced higher. Right now, the price is staying above that particular level. Yes, there are few other things to look at, but keep in mind, XRP as an asset with respect to Bitcoin has already moved to the upside. Now it's testing the macro resistance. For Bitcoin to reach there, it needs to test $69,000 to $70,000. Ether is already starting to show you exceptionally bullish idea. Say, look at the MACD. Last time the MACD crossed to the upside, you got one of the biggest candle which we have seen in a long period of time. Are we going to repeat that? RSI already broke higher, saying I want to do something special. Altcoin market already shows you the RSI broke higher, the MACD crossed higher. What the hell are we going to watch in the next few weeks? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, looking at this, yes, that's the reality. But while that was playing out, we still had doubt. The SI family was well updated via here. And they literally had an idea, okay, this is going to happen. Most likely outcome is going to be like this. That means you really don't want to actually shake out. If the market is shaking you out, you should hold on to it. Now, on the XRP side of things, if you are looking at the pattern, we're still there. Now remember, the price action moved higher with some momentum on the daily when the RSI entered the overbought region. Now, the 3-day chart is showing you RSI is about to enter into the overbought territory. Now, yes, on the micro, with Bitcoin, I would like to see XRP correcting back down, at least to test this trend line in front of you. This is a 4-hour chart of XRP showing you that trend line valid from early July till this point is around 0.53. If XRP price can come down to that point, test that trend line, then bounce higher, great. That's one of the best opportunity you can look for, right? If there is a wick to the downside, 0.5, 0.52, 0.53, whatever it is, that can be a potential buy the dip scenario. Because on the other end, Bitcoin is also showing you something similar. What? Micro 3-wave structure to the upside, which is usually followed by an ABC level of correction. Most likely, the Bitcoin shows you it can come down to 60, 59, that range, which, as you can see, was the previous level of support resistance. So if we do come back down, that's going to be the key level where buyers will jump back in. But for the entire altcoin market, the idea is kind of clear. The moment you actually enter into the positive territory in MACD, the price usually gets a higher momentum. Now, the cross is already in. The volume candle is already on the upside. Now you're watching the moving averages to come back in to give you the certainty about the momentum side of things. Because till you get that, altcoin market is going to show you some surprises. Because in the altcoin market side, yes, we can watch the 1, the 2, the 3 is playing out. But we have seen a lot of different altcoins doing much bigger wave 3, whether it's micro or macro, than the wave 2 itself. So if this asset actually decides to break higher, don't be surprised, because there will be few assets in this market which would say, I'm going to break higher. So that scenario is going to be valid. Now for that, you'll have to keep your eyes on the Bitcoin dominance side of things. If the Bitcoin dominance is breaking lower, it's a positive and well-versed scenario for the alt market. So we would like to see this, but as of now, it's still in this macro bearish pattern without breaking down, without breaking higher. It's still inside that being choppy. The market, the macro is playing. Now we know there is a lot of reasons. The macro news, narratives, everything is happening. The CPI, the Fed, the other central banks, and what's happening in the geographical side, right? In that side of the world, they're still waiting for the rate cut. And based on that, others will also wait for that cut. But remember, once you break something to the downside, what you're waiting for is a retest and a rejection, most likely with a fake out. So this is dollar on a daily showing you broke lower, but your retest and a rejection is still pending. Now, why did I push it to the upside showing a fake out? Because I would argue most likely this trend line is also going to play a part in bringing some more bears. So that's dollar, which means crypto should actually have a bigger leg to the downside while the dollar does this towards 100, 101. We'll have to watch and follow that. I'll be updating all of those in the Scientific Investor family, where 1,200 plus members are there. If you want to follow me there, reach out to me in person, use the link in the description below, and you are in the SI family. And guys, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do that for me. Now, let's jump back into the matter. If you're watching Bitcoin, say on a weekly, which the weekly close is coming just in 24 hours, this is bullish. The price action is showing you it's headed on a bullish territory. The 21-day moving average, whenever you've crossed that to the upside, has shown you that the correction is over. Now, this is valid from last 2 years, right? You go back, wherever you want to go. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Inside a bull market, even though you're choppy, when you break that to the downside, bad days. But as soon as you break back up that trend line, it shows you the direction. Now, yes, that's a weekly chart. You can go on a 3-day chart. You can go on a daily chart, whichever you would like. But watch the moving averages. If the short-term moving average is preparing to turn back to the upside and cross the long-term moving average to the upside, here the blue is 50 and the yellow is 21. So if the yellow is crossing the blue to the upside, that's a lot of bullishness. But again, each time they cross to one side, correction happens to the other side. It can be micro correction. Usually those are the buy, the dip scenario. But now this is a daily chart. So you need to compare it with the 3-day, which says, I'm crossing to the downside. The short term is crossing to the downside. If it doesn't become a fake out, then the people would be arguing the point like, no, we're going down. We're going a long way to the downside. That's where I would like to end this video. Watch this. Last time you crossed this to the downside, you already had your bottom. Then you were moving in to form a new one, and as soon as you moved above this, boom, you went up. Why? Whenever you get the moving average cross to the one direction, say bull case, in a bull market, boom, your momentum goes higher. But in a bull market, if you get a cross to the downside, the bearish cross in a bull market, it is the end of that downside. Don't get confused. Don't get choppy. The market will say it's going to go down. But until you get a confirmation from the market, don't go in that direction. Wait for a weekly candle which says, no, man, I'm going back down. Say you don't care about pattern, you don't care about trend. If that's you, fine. That's also a legit way of looking at the market. But what do you really care? At least the historical levels. This has been the resistance. This has been the support resistance now, all the way from 2021. Now you're making that as a new range of support. No, it's an existing support. So those who say we are trying to make a support is missing the point that we are already above the support. Put that on the monthly, just like the whales. This is what you see. You're above your all-time highs. So if someone is giving you that negative narrative right now, wait for a break to the downside and a candle close there. We still have a week and more for this month, and both the moving averages are going up. Whether it's 21, whether it's 50, both of them are moving up. And not only that, they are increasing in the gap between them. You don't understand? Let's go to the all-time index of Bitcoin. Look at whenever it crosses to the upside or increases that dimension, the gap between both of them, that's where the price goes euphoric. Whether that's the blow off the top, whether that's the first chop, it's all a different story. But what matters here is that they argue, I'm going higher. Maybe it's just one leg, a blow off the top. Why wouldn't we use that? So to use that and to stay updated, be in the Scientific Investor family, use this market cycle for your portfolio as much as possible. So guys, that's it for today. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.